your girl WomibaGroup, and today I want to talk about UK and your money and everything that has been in the news yesterday about 10 years settlements. Okay, the British authority found out that 7 in 10 United Kingdom applicant, the applicant to United Kingdom Home Office found out that 7 in 10 families that are applying for this 10 years settlement, they cannot afford the basics. What are the basics? Food, electricity, and utility, those kind of things. So now it boils down that they are rejecting. There are people that are in UK that have stayed 20 years. They have not, had the permanent settlement. There are people that was in UK for like, say, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. The last is the woman that works, the guide on, this news. The woman that is a kitchen assistant that has been in the UK for so long, and she has spent almost 30-something thousand pounds in home office applications. So she's saying that she doesn't have money again to pay them for them to give her, her settlement. So, and she has been in this country for so long. So, what are the issues now? Your money and United Kingdom permanent stay. So, what are the issues? So, the issues here is that many Nigerians are coming here with a care work certificate, skilled for skilled job. This healthcare assistants and nursing assistants. Some are coming as teaching assistants. So these jobs are what UK have found that family cannot sustain themselves. And most family that come from Africa, they come with their family. Who are their family? Their children and their maybe relatives. So it puts pressure on their money because they have to pay for accommodation, pay for everything, which are very, very expensive. So what can be done? Okay, look at it here. If you're following me on Facebook, WomibaPreneur Facebook, I will attach it here. If you're following me, I've said time without number that if you're coming as a woman, you have to come with your husband if you're married. But if you're not married, it's better you come as a single person. Then when you stabilize, you can go for your children. Then what I mean by stabilization, you have gotten the indefinite leave to remain. Then you can go for your children. Unfortunately, most cannot do that because of obvious reasons. What are the reasons? By then, they might have worked their way to end that indefinite leave to remain. Their children might be above 18, which means they cannot give them visa to come here. So it puts pressure again on, parents. I have these children and they're now 18 years and I have indefinite leave to remain and I cannot go and get them. So what can be done? Okay, I know that 85%, I'm not saying all, but for the people I have done their care work job, skilled job, location work, 85% of them are graduates. So if you're a graduate, you're coming here, the government is not giving you anything when you come. You're not entitled to, they call it recourse to public fund. So which means you're not entitled to housing support. Sometimes, if you have indefinite to remain, you are entitled for a house. Then you can pay the council some money. Then, if you are not able to afford feeding, the government will help you. They call it child, and it even pay you child care benefits and stuff like that, which they have, modeled to be a universal credit. So why am I, doing this video? You might ask. I'm doing this video for people that have been here. Maybe you've been here like 1 year, 2 years, and you're in this care job, and and you have children. So most of you have master's degree. So the best thing to do at this time, you have that 5 years, 3 years or 5 years work permit. You need to migrate to a proper job. So don't stay in that care work. And, because if you stay in those care work with children, you might not afford the money to be able to put in your papers. You might not afford it because they check how much you earn and your family living allowances. This is where, I know African, we can manage, we can manage with 1,000 for feeding, blah, blah, blah. But in home office, they have their own system to check it. So these are the things we don't have. You can't tell them that, look, I can manage myself with 500, because they have a system. They have the criteria which you meet before you can be able to be awarded this indefinite leave to remain. So the best thing you can do when you have gotten that visa, like 5 years visa, is to check whether you can be able to migrate. So I'm not an immigration lawyer, but ask a lawyer, get all your books and all what you signed with the company and your immigration status, passport, whatever. Go to a lawyer, ask a lawyer, what can you do at this time? Maybe the company, I don't know, because I'm not a lawyer, obviously. So that's why I said it's better you go to a lawyer. But have it in mind that home office will not say that you can provide for your children, because you cannot tell home office that you can provide for your children because you earn so much and you can manage yourself. No, they have their own criteria, their own benchmark to check whether you can manage your family or your expenses, your living cost. So what if I'm working, I'm not owing anyone, and I can pay my my bills? That's these are the questions most of you might start asking, or because you think you can do it. No, sisters and brothers, home office, they have their own benchmark to check whether you can afford. They might tell you, look at the salary you need to be earning. Everybody know that care worker, nursing assistants, cleaning assistants, they earn less. So you might have 3 children, 2 children. They have their standard standard benchmark, which they use to check whether you can do this or not. So today, if you can check with your employer. You can ask some questions. If you cannot do that, then you can seek a professional advice from an immigration lawyer. So there are many, wherever you are, you can Google them. Then you ask them. They are more experienced in this kind of case. So you have to check your status, check the money you earn, check whether you will be affected later on when you will start applying for your indefinite leave to remain. Remember, it's not about your salary. It's about how much the home office think that you have to earn, because of you have 3 children, you have 4 children, you have 2 children, the accommodation and your living cost. So it's not your duty to check and tell them that you can do it. They have to tell you. So you have to bear this in mind. So don't be left behind. Don't wait till it's too late. Today, tomorrow, go and ask questions, because it becomes difficult when your visa is about to expire and you start running about. No, I don't want you to do that. I want you to go from now that you have this 5 years visa, 10 years, 3 years, working visa, whatever you have. I want you to go to a lawyer and ask a lawyer, how much with my family, for the singles, it might be okay, because you're single, you don't have any dependents. But once you have children and you are here with kids, so it might value as singles that live in London, because London standard of living is different from people like us that live outskirts of London. So they have, London is more, the accommodation problems and stuff like that, and the accommodation bill prices, so it's more. So I don't know of, that's why I said you need a lawyer. You don't need immigration relocation experts. You need a lawyer in this case. So most of you coming in, boss, trying to ask me whether this and that. No, I'm not a lawyer, and I don't have authority to give you advice on immigration matters. But what I need is that when you start early, you might be able to, you know, manage the risks than waiting for when your visa, maybe 5 years, or when your visa is 5 months or 3 months to expire, then you start running about. No, go today and make the inquiries before you start, relaxing, because it is not easy when you leave it at the critical time, I would say. So this is Womiba channel. I want you to subscribe, please. I want you to subscribe and do bring, because we'll be sharing money matters, business tips, business development tips, personal finance matters, and self-development, topics in this channel. So please do subscribe. Please do subscribe. We have a lot of things to share with you, and I believe and I know you will like it. Thank you so much, and have a very good day today. Be nice and be kind to everyone you meet. Thank you. Bye bye.